Weather project. Little Charlie was out and about and noticed some strange-looking clouds. He didn't know exactly what they were, but they were making a spiral form going down. He didn't know what to do after he saw those clouds, so he ran home. It was cool, then warm, but windy too. The weather would turn to warm one time, but then it switched to cold, and the wind was bringing the cool towards him and away from him in separate directions. And finally, the clouds that Charlie saw were funnel clouds, and those funnel clouds become a tornado. A tornado touched down. This was Charlie's first tornado, so he was freaking out. His mom calmed him down and told him they needed to get out of the house, which they had to, and his mom told him to grab what he can in the next 5 minutes. The wind was going one way, then another, then the other way again. It was cold, then hot. It went round and round like a merry-go-round. Charlie and his mom grabbed what they could and ran out the house, because the tornado was getting closer and closer to his house. It already tore down some houses in their neighborhood, and they had things flying all around, so his mom had to give Charlie in protection under her. As soon as they got into the car, they noticed that 2 tornadoes have touched down on the ground, and Charlie's mom had to stay as calm as she could while Charlie was freaking out. 2 tornadoes means 2 chances of losing what they own and what they have. It means 2 chances of having to restart. At last, when Charlie and his mom were far enough from the tornado where it was no longer in sight, wind died down, clouds cleared up, and it was later on in the day. They got back to their house. Surprisingly, their house was the last one standing. Their yard was a mess, but everything's still intact. His mother couldn't be any more happier than having their house still intact, and they didn't know how lucky they were to have their house, because they looked around and every other house was torn down. All families' houses were ruined. They were homeless and out. Charlie was lucky to still have his house in 2 tornadoes.